Okay, awesome. All right, happy Saturday. Welcome to this impromptu Facebook training. Thank you to Christina for pushing me to kind of go over this. But I wanted to do this for a couple reasons. Number one is that we have a lot of new consultants or even a lot of relaunches. And Facebook has become, you know, just kind of one of our main avenues for our business. And I know that to some people it's super daunting, and so I thought that it would be kind of a great way to kind of just get this information out there. And I'm not going to do anything fancy today, honestly. I'm just going to show you the resources that 31 provides us for Facebook for social selling. And I'm going to show you kind of how to access that. And I'm also going to share how to create your own Facebook group on Facebook. So if you're a new consultant and you have not done that yet, this is going to kind of walk through how to do that. I took this great advice for Julie Reinhardt, who's on the call, and she sets up all of her new consultants with a Facebook group, and that's where she does their initial launch grand opening party in that group. And then after the party closes, she converts that over to the consultants VIP group, which is basically their customer group. And I thought that was so super smart. So I really started doing that with my new consultants also, because it lets them have that initial launch party, and then you've got all those ladies in that group, and then it's easy to just convert it over to your customer VIP page. Okay. So I'll stop time to time and ask if anybody has any questions, or, you know, something that anybody wants to ask me specifically. And I'll go back for the record while we're recording and say that I am not the smartest Facebooker party girl out there. Julie Reinhardt, who's on here, runs a very successful Facebook business. Stacy Puett runs a successful business. Colleen Hartman. A lot of them are probably way better at Facebook partying than I am. But I do understand the basics, and I just wanted to show you guys how to access the information that's already out there. You can kind of customize and create your own Facebook party scripts, and I would encourage you to do that on some level, whether it's just tweaking or making something kind of more to your taste. But I'm just going to use the one on 31 today as our base, just because it's out there and it's easily accessible. So can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Thank you. All right, so I've started out, the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how to access TOT, okay? And so TOT is kind of our, go-to place for all things 31. So if you want to know what's going on in your business, if you want to know, you know, how to do something, this is the one-stop shop for all things 31. And this is the landing page, and there's a lot of information on here. And sometimes it can be rather daunting to look at it because there is so much on here. And my favorite thing on 31 today is this search button, and I'll click it right there. So if you're wanting to learn something specifically, I love just typing what I'm looking for into this search bar here, because everything is sort of layered. And sometimes even someone like me, very tenured, you know 31 like the back of my hand, I have trouble locating things on this page because there's so much information on here. So if you're looking for something specific, this is always a great place to look, just in this search bar, and you can look and see how many things I've searched on here myself. So I wanted to show you guys that first. The other thing that's on this, of course, is all the need to know information. So you can see that there's our ticker bar on National Conference, which is coming up. Here is our calendar on what's going on this week in 31. There is our Wishes Come True tracker. And then also your personal business tracker. So this will be your month, and you'll see here that mine probably looks a little bit different than a lot of yours because I have the leadership version, but you'll see that it tracks your personal volume for the month, how many parties you submitted, how many recruits you have, all that information is on this page as well. And then my favorite part is this marketing material, okay? So this marketing material is where all of our specials, anything that 31 is providing us to use for marketing is going to be in this section, all right? So I'm going to start by clicking this View All Marketing Material pink button here at the bottom. And you're welcome to click along with me. If you minimize the Zoom on your computer, if you're on your computer, you can still see, you know, my little picture up in the corner, and click along if you want to. So I've gone into the marketing materials section, and so what I'm going to do once I'm in the marketing material, you can see that there's a summer seasonal marketing material, and then it breaks out in specific months, June, July, and August marketing material. So if I want things specific for a month, then I would go into the month. If I'm wanting things that are kind of an overview just for this summer selling season, then I'm going to click on the summer seasonal marketing material. All right, so I'm going to click on that. All right, and then this is going to be where all things summer is located, and you can kind of spend some time on here when we're not on the Zoom and just go through all the things. There's a summer gift, a guide virtual catalog that you can share. There's lots of graphics and photos, tons of videos that are in a shareable format, so you can use these as well in your VIP groups or in your launch parties. And then your hostess toolbox, you're going to go down more graphics, and then what we're going to be looking for is this social party script. Okay, so this is the social party script, and this is the Facebook script that 31 has created for us, along with these images that correlate to the social media selling, the Facebook party. All right, so this is where you're going to find the script, and I'll come back to it in just a minute, but this is kind of where it's held along with all of the images that go with that. Okay, so it's all done for you, and all you have to do is open it, read it. It's going to give you all the guidelines, and then you know, you can figure out how you want your Facebook party to go. All right, any questions about that before I show you how to set up your group? Okay, awesome. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my Facebook tab. Sorry. And I am going, and again, I told you guys, I'm going to go back just a second and talk about why it's important to launch your business on the Facebook format. Okay, so a couple reasons. Number one is that when you join 31, you know, whether it was for the $49, the $99, the $179, or even for the $1 enrollment, there is a waiting period for you to be able to get your products. Okay, and so, you know, let's say, just as an example, you joined for $99, and you know, are getting that pre you know, put together enrollment kit. And so when you click, you know, yes, 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 and you join and you get your consultant ID number, there is still a 3 to probably 7 day period that you're still going to have no catalogs, no product, nothing in hand for you to get your business off to a strong start. And so what, you know, I recommend is that you can start your business online immediately. Okay, immediately, without having to have product in hand, without having to have catalogs, and you can go ahead and get your business off to an amazing start right from the get-go. While you're waiting on that kit to arrive, or while you're deciding on what you're going to spend your $131 gift certificate for, or if you're joining for the $1, you know, you're going to hope, you know, the goal is to get some hostess rewards from your first online party so that you will have product in hand. And so social media, Facebook, is just a great avenue to do that right off the bat. Okay, and so I like doing it in a group for a couple reasons, and I'll go back over those. Number one is that I love being able to convert that group into your customer group moving forward. The other thing I like about a group versus just doing an event is that you can schedule posts. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that as well. But that really lets you be kind of somewhat of an automated, hands-off launch to your business, so that you're not feeling tied to Facebook all day, every day to manage your business launch. Okay. All right, so here we go. So I'm just on my home screen on Facebook, and you can see this is just my home screen with all my news feed on here. And I'm going to go over to the left-hand side of the screen, and I'm going to click on groups. All right, so I'm going to click on groups. All right, and then I am going to click on, if I can find the button because I have all these other things open. Okay, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on this green button on the right hand corner that says create a group. All right, now the name of the group sometimes gets people like super, locked up. They don't know what to do or what to call it, and there's no right or wrong answer other than it cannot include the name 31, okay? And so my VIP group is called Your Gift Girl. You can call it, I know I was working with one of my new consultants, Tammy, and she was going to call hers Tammy's Totally Awesome Totes, but you can come up and you can go back and change it, so don't feel like you have to be tied to it right from the beginning. So you can call it, if you're a new consultant and this is kind of your grand opening, then you could call it, Susie's 31 Gifts Grand Opening, or 31's, Totally Awesome Grand Opening, or whatever you want to call it. Just don't get super caught up in what exactly to call it, because you can go back and change it. Do any of you, my senior consultants, know I know there is a number of people that you have in your group that you can no longer change it, and I don't know that number off the top of my head. Do any of you guys know that?
No, not sure.
Okay. It must be a big number. I was thinking 300 is what I'm thinking. And so I wouldn't worry about that. But you can go in and call your group just anything you want to. So just for, testing purposes, I'm going to call this Brandy's Summer Grand, I'm going to call it Brady Summer 131 Gifts Grand, let me spell it right, Gifts Grand Opening. Okay? All right? And so
Miss Scott, then you can be just like me.
Then I can be just like you?
Yes.
Yes. And so then you have to add someone to the group, okay? So just for, it can be your mom, it can be your, your sister, your best friend, but you have to add at least one person to the group right off the bat to be able to finish creating the group. So I'm going to add Stacy. So she's the first one here. And I'm going to go down, and I want my group, it's going to ask me what kind of privacy I want, right? Do I want it closed or public? Or secret, okay? And so per policy and procedure with 31, it has to be a closed group, all right? So I'm going to choose closed. And you can pin it to your shortcuts, which puts it kind of in the eye view on the left-hand side of your screen. And then you're going to hit create. Okay, so now your group is created, okay? So you can continue to customize it with a lot of different things. One of the things I like to do with, my cover is just use this month's customer special, okay? So if I'm gonna go back to 31 today, not that 31 today, I'm gonna go back to 31 today. I am gonna go back to the marketing information. Let's see if there's a cute something on here. If not, What are you guys currently using? Are you using just a June banner, Stacy or Julie, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
With the customer special.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. All right, so I'll go back one page. Maybe. I'm going to click on June. Right, so this is going to be all the June specific marketing material, okay? So, and what I really love about these is there's even, verbiage. So if you're wondering what to say, what to focus on, this has, really all the verbiage that you're going to need to get your, business off to a strong start. But I'm going to scroll down and I'm just going to pick one of these cover photos, okay? So this is one of our cover photos. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to save image. And you can kind of do this however you want, but if you look and see, I have a folder just for June. So I would, and you can see that it's already saved in there, but you could save it right into this June folder, all right? So then I'm going to go back to Facebook. I'm going to upload a photo. I'm going to go to my June, and I'm going to load it. Okay, and then I can adjust it however I want to, and then I'm going to save it. Okay, so now that's the cover photo for my VIP group, and you're going to want to change that every single month. So as the new marketing material comes out, when it becomes July 1st, you'll go in and change that cover photo. Okay, so now I've got a cover photo, I've got my page set up. Are there any other tips, Stacy or Julie or Colleen, that you can think of to help them customize this page?
When they get their pink box, doing a live.
Perfect. Yes, absolutely. So that's a really great thing. So if you did do the $99 or even the $139 and you're getting product in, as soon as you get your product in, taking those new products and going live on Facebook is a great way to do that. All right, so I'm going to go back to, I keep going to the wrong page. Go back to the marketing material. And I will say that, there's a lot of different ways that you can use, that you can do a Facebook party, okay? And there's no right or wrong. I think a lot of it is going to just depend on your particular style. Some people do a rapid fire party, which lasts, an hour, and you do kind of all of your posts, maybe every 5 minutes for an hour. Some people do a 3-day, some people do a 5-day, some people do a 7-day, and a lot of it really just depends on you and your hostess and how long you want to keep the party open. So, all these posts are still going to be applicable, but depending on how you and your hostess, the length of time you want to use, you can kind of either add to or take away from this script. All right, so I'm going to go back to my marketing material, pull up this summer marketing, and I'm going to go find that script, okay? And there's lots of Facebook scripts floating around. Some are, there's no right or wrong script. It's kind of whatever fits your style. But I wanted to, first just show you what is available from the home office, because I think that gives you a great baseline on where you want to start. All right. So I'm going to open the social party script. And this is a pretty in-depth document, okay? And you're going to want to spend some time just going through and reading it. There's a lot of things in here, and that goes into deep detail on, what to do, how to do it before the party, during the party, after the party, how to personalize it and make it your own. So this is a really great document for you to use to kind of figure out what style you want to do your Facebook party in. But it goes over kind of what is an online party, how to present, what to present, and it goes over just a quick little checklist. So it helps you with a timeline. All of those things are right here, okay? 4 steps to getting your party started. Now, I'm going to stop and focus on this for just a minute, because I am going to say that if you're using this video as, or this training as a launch or just as a how-to do a Facebook party, no matter the difference, you are going to want to invite 40 to 50 people to your group, okay, to your party. Whether it's a launch or relaunch, or you're just doing like a summer refresh. One of the most popular problems that I hear when I'm talking to people about the success of the party, whether it's in-home or face-to-face, is that they're not inviting enough people, okay? And so, we have to, the statistics of the business are always going to be, the same. So we know that, 20% of the people that we invite are going to say yes. So we have to invite enough people in order to get enough yeses to make the party a success. So I typically follow the 40 to 50 rule. They have to, 40 to 50 people with a personal invitation. That doesn't mean add them to the group, doesn't mean invite them to the group in a non-personal way. It means reaching out to them through private message, texting, a phone call, and saying, hey, I just started with 31. I just started, I'm super excited about my new business. I'm doing my very first launch party, and I would love to add you to the group. are you interested? Or, would you be, would it be okay if I invited you? And so you have to do that. It's the personal reach out that's going to help you get to that 20%. But you have to invite enough people to join the group in order to get enough people in the group to be in front of, to sell to, so that you can reach your party goals, okay? So that's going to be super duper key. And I cannot emphasize enough that it's through personal reach out, okay? Whether you're the hostess because you're launching or relaunching or refreshing, or you're working with a hostess, it's still, if you're working with a hostess, she needs to do the personal reach out, okay? And I believe in that 40 to 50 number, and I guess maybe, this says 20 to 40. I don't agree with that. I think you need to err on the side of 40 for sure in order to get enough yeses. The formula that I use for a successful Facebook party is inviting 40 to 50 people, getting 20 people to say, yes, I would love to join the group, with a goal of 10 orders. Okay, so 20, 10, 40. And that's, or 10, 20, 40. So that's the formula that I personally have found the most success with, is that I want to invite 40 to 50 people. I'm looking for 20 people to say yes, they want to join the group, and then a goal of 10 orders, okay? So if you only have 20 people in the group, or you invite 20 people to join the group, then you know that you're not going to be in front of enough people to get enough interest to reach your goal, okay? All right, so I'm going to just scroll down here. Again, lots of really great tips and timelines. You're going to want to go through this and make sure that you're reading all of this in fine detail. I don't want to go through it with you, step by step today, but it definitely is going to have a lot of really great tips. Okay. All right, so once you've got everybody invited, once you have your yeses, once you feel like you're ready to start, then it's time to start posting. Now, to be honest, let me rephrase that. I like to make sure that I have at least one good post up before I start inviting people to join the group, because I don't want them to kind of log into the group and then it just be a dead space. So I try to always do some kind of a welcome post prior to getting my invitations out. Okay, so you can see here that 31 has given us, words to say. So here's some words to say. They've given us graphics to use to welcome them to the party. So you want to go ahead and kind of follow this, all right? Again, if you're using a rapid fire method, that 1 hour party, then it's going to be kind of an every 5-minute post. If you're doing a 3, 5, or 7 day party, I tend to post 2 to 3 posts a day. That's just kind of my style. I like to post an AM post. So I typically will do something around 7 a.m. I do a 2 p.m. post, and then I like to do an evening post, whether it's 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. That tends to be kind of when people are, scrolling through Facebook. So first thing in the morning while they're drinking their coffee, laying in bed before they actually get up, they're on Facebook scrolling. I want to make sure that I have a post ready for that. I like a midday post, and I typically think the midday post is a little more authentic to kind of what's going on. And then an evening post, and I want to make sure that my evening posts, for me, I like them to be more product driven, because they're going to have more time in the evening to click my link and go look around than they are in the morning or maybe even in the afternoon. Again, depend on who you're marketing to, but you definitely, want to think about when your friends are going to have the most time to be able to click a link and go shopping. For me, it's that evening post. So I want to make sure that my evening post is more product driven and that I have a shoppable, clickable link in that post so that they're able to click and do some shopping in the evenings. All right. So if you follow through this script, you're going to see that it's going to give you, all kinds of ideas, all kinds of verbiage, and things for you to share in the Facebook party. Okay. One of the keys to having success is that you have to also sell yourself. Okay, so you are the brand ambassador to 31, and so any pictures that you can share of you using product, of your family using products, of you going live in Facebook is going to help that buy-in for people to actually fall in love and shop with you. So any of these posts that as you're going through looking at this script, any of these posts that you feel like you can authenticate by making it uniquely yours and adding your personal spin on it, you're going to have the most success when you do that, okay? So, if you have pictures of you or your kids or your house with product in it, or you have new product that you want to go live on Facebook and show, that is always going to add value to the experience for the shopper, okay? So stock photos are great. They're, 31 provides us with some really great marketing material, but anytime that you can substitute that with a picture of your own, then it's going to be beneficial to you, okay? So this script is going to be something that you're going to want to, print out, pour over, figure out, how you can tweak it and make it uniquely yours. But it gives you a really great baseline for you to be able to get your launch party started, okay? So there's a couple other things I want to say. I'll leave it like this. A couple other things I want to say that I think are super important. So when you're originally starting your business, whether it's your launch or relaunch or refresh, and you're inviting your friends, then you know everybody, right? So you know everybody, you know their phone number, you know their email address, you're friends with them on Facebook, okay? Your goal as a business owner, no matter if you're, tenured or brand new, is to feed people into your sales funnel, okay? And so whether they shop from you today or not, if they've said yes to the opportunity to learn more about your new business, then you want to get them added to your sales funnel, okay? So I believe there's, a couple ways to make sure that people get added to your funnel. Either you add them to your VIP group, which, don't forget this, this has the potential to become that after you close out your launch party. You add them to your back office through adding them as a contact with their email so that they can get your newsletter, or adding them to some kind of texting, group that you can text out when there's need. I think I have a weird hair. When there's need to know information, okay? So those are 3 things that you want to make sure every single person gets added to. That's what we call your sales funnel. And you have to continually add people to your funnel, whether they're shopping from you yet or not. If they've expressed interest, if they said yes to joining, or, like your hostess has added them or invited them to an online party, you want to figure out how to get them either into your VIP group, into your back office through their email, or into some kind of a texting group, okay? And so there's all kinds of apps and things that you can use. There's GroupMe, there's lots of texting apps that you can use. I really love a texting app so that when I have a great special or a pop-up sale or something exciting and I need to get it out to my customers quickly and efficiently, texting them is always going to be the best preferred method of communication. And while they may not reply, which is totally fine, and that's really not what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting them to all reply. The goal of that is to keep me top of mind, okay? So that if they see there's a great special or a sale or a joining incentive, when they see my name come across with a fun, brief texting message, it's going to make, just reignite that memory of, oh yeah, Brandi Black, she's my 31 girl, she's my gift girl, okay? And so the goal of being a business owner is to continually feed your funnel, okay? You have to continually get people added into that funnel so that when you have something new and exciting, you're able to get it out to them, whether it's through a quick email, a post in your VIP group, or through your texting resources, or all of the above, right? I believe in a communication sandwich. And so, I tend to do all 3 when it's something new and exciting, okay? So a suggestion that I would give you when you're doing Facebook parties is that you have some way of gathering their information before they make a purchase, okay? So let's say that your hostess does invite 40 people to your Facebook party. You want to make sure that you can collect as much information from those 40 people, whether or not they buy from the party or not, okay? And so you can do that a couple different ways. There's some really fun games. I like to do a quick post with our core values. There's a graphic in the marketing material of all the core values, and I love to have them text me what core value that they think best represents the hostess, okay? And so why do I do that? Well, I do that because number one, it lets me gather that information and I put it all in a really cute card and I send it to my hostess, and it allows me to capture their phone number so that then I can reply back and ask them if it's okay if I add them to either my customer group, my texting group, or collect their email address. So it really just opens up a form of communication with them so that I can try to get them added to my funnel, okay? So that's kind of how to do that. You can also do a survey. So if you're familiar with Google surveys, if not, YouTube has a really great video on how to create a Google survey. Do a quick Google survey. Name, email, phone number, preferred method of communication, what's their favorite drink, what's their favorite 31 product, whatever you want to ask them. And another fun thing to do is say, everyone who completes the survey is going to go into a drawing for, a discounted item or a key fob. But just trying to get that information collected and then entered into your sales funnel so that you can stay in front of them whether or not they make a purchase from your party or not, okay? And so that's another fun way to do that. It's easier when you're at a party or when you have a hostess and you're doing a face-to-face. Typically, when I'm at a home party, I get about a 95% order rate from people that are there. So it's much easier for me to collect that information. But, on a Facebook party, it's a little more difficult, all right? So that's kind of key to make sure that you are growing your customer base month over month. And so I always say a 10% growth rate is a minimum. So you should be starting your new business with that list of 62. Your sponsor should be working with you on making a list of who do you know. We call that our list of 62. That's your original customer base list. And then you should be growing that list by a minimum of 10% month over month, okay? If you're wanting to grow kind of slow and steady, then 10%. If you're wanting to grow at a kind of a medium pace, then 20%. If you're wanting to grow that at a more rapid pace, then 50 to 100%, okay? Which means 30 to 60 new people added to your funnel every single month, all right? And so that's the key to continued success. And I'll tell you why. Because one of the biggest problems that I hear is that, nobody wants to buy, nobody wants to book, nobody wants to join my team. And when I'm digging down with a consultant to try to find out why, I realize that she hasn't grown her customer base in months, and she's continuing to ask the same 30 people over and over and over again, do they want to buy? Do they want to book? Do they want to join her team? And at the end of the day, those 30 people are not going to be there. They cannot sustain your business long term. So if you want growth, then you have to grow your sales funnel, okay? And so we do that by continuing to add people into our back office, our texting groups, and or our VIP pages, okay? And so Facebook is so fun and easy, and it's such a great resource for quick selling, okay? And so getting this script, printing it out, going through it, highlighting the things that you feel like are, going to be authentic to kind of who you are, deciding on, what style of party do you think fits you best, whether it's the rapid fire, the 3-day, the 5-day, the 7-day, is going to be key, okay? I'm going to pause for questions, and then I'm going to show you guys one more thing because I know it's already been about 35 minutes on a Saturday. So I'll open the floor for any questions while I move along. Questions, comments, add-ins. And you can also, if you feel uncomfortable talking, you can type it in the chat bar, and I can answer it that way.
Looks like you lost all the new people.
Did I?
Uh-huh. It's just me and Stacy and Colleen.
I don't know who else was on. Oh, Christina was on.
Hopefully they'll watch the replay.
Yeah, hopefully they'll watch the replay. Okay. And this was very impromptu. So I think I only had maybe 6 or 7 on in the beginning anyways. Okay. All right.
So is it ever too early to grow your team, Brandy?
It is never too early to grow your team.
But as a new consultant, does the consultant have to do all the work? Who helps the new consultant and her team member?
So if you have a friend or family member or a new customer who's excited and wants to join 31, do not let fear keep you from sharing your heart for 31. The biggest draw to people wanting to join is your excitement, and you're always the most excited in the very beginning. And when people see you excited and successful, they're going to want to be a part of that. So absolutely don't hesitate to share your heart for 31 from the very, very beginning. And then once you do, it is your upline director's responsibility to help you train her, okay? Whether it's through training you two simultaneously, whether it's through training the trainer, which is training you to train her, or if you're just overwhelmed yourself and feel like that you need someone to just step in, it is her responsibility to step in and train the new consultant. That responsibility does not lie on you until you become a director yourself. So does that answer your question, Stacy?
It does. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So the other thing you want to do right from the get-go is you want to open your own party link, okay? So why do you want to open a party link versus just blasting your website out there for people to shop from? Well, you want to open a party link because if you're the hostess and you're relaunching, launching, or refreshing your business, we are product lovers by nature, and we want to get products for free, okay? And the best way to do that is to be your own hostess, okay? And so when we have retail orders, while we still earn our 25% commission on those, there are no hostess rewards accumulated. And so I recommend always having an open party link to be able to funnel orders through. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that really quick. So what I've done is, I'm going to kind of go back just a second, is I'm going to log into my TOT, which is 31today.com, which is our, again, information place for all things 31. And I'm going to click on Virtual Office, okay? All right, so now I'm in what we call our back office, which I often refer to as like going through the employee-only door at CVS, and no one can get in this back office other than you, okay? Even your sponsor and or director cannot get into your back office. Now, we can see things like how much you how much you submitted in sales. We can see your address and phone number and some other information, but we can't get into your back office and see what's going on back there. So this is just for you. And so this is going to kind of give you kind of that snapshot of your personal business. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and click on parties. Okay, so if you're not going to have parties in here, this should be blank if you don't have anything going on, and then you're going to click on new party. All right, and then you're going to fill out all this information. So we'll just call it Brandy's 31 summer launch, or grand opening, I think I called it. All right, what kind of party is it? Well, it's an online party. When is it going to close? Well, technically, it can stay open through the end of July and continue to accumulate hostess rewards, but just for ease, we're going to say June the 30th. And then you're going to fill out your host information, all right? So I'm just going to click myself. And I'm going to click Save and Continue. All right. So this is going to just kind of go over my party description. So party type, end date, who do I want the party to ship to? So if I want it to ship to me, the consultant, whether I want it to ship to my hostess, or whether I want all the orders to be direct ship only, this is where you're going to choose that. All right. Do I want it to show on my site? Absolutely. The party name, the party location, and this is the part that I want to show you, the party link, okay? So when someone says, you know, hey, can you send me the link to the party? This is the link that you're going to want to share, all right? So how do you share it? So I'm just going to hover my mouse over it. I'm going to right-click on it. I'm going to copy link address, okay? And I'm going to click Save and Update. All right? Then I'm going to go back to my Facebook party. Or I can text it, I can email it, I can send it through private message. But just for today, I'm going to add it here in my party. So I'm just going to click Paste. And then you can add something like, just for verbiage, I'm super excited to host my summer grand opening. Here is my link to shop. Okay? And then I'm going to push post. Okay? All right. Another feature that I want to show you guys really quick is the scheduling feature, okay? So one of the main reasons why I like to use a group for a Facebook party is I don't want to have to be held to my computer every single day from 7 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. I want to make sure that I have kind of a skeleton already scheduled to post automatically so that I can just kind of fill in with those authentic posts. And so you can do that through this scheduling button here at the bottom. So you can type in, you know, whatever you want to post. And here I'll just type in, check out this month's awesome customer special. And I'm going to click on photo. And just because I'll put this month's special in. And let's say that I want that to post at 7 o'clock tonight. So I'm going to scroll down here, and where this little clock is, I'm going to click Schedule Post. And I can tell it, you know, whatever I want it to post, but I'm going to pick 7 p.m. tonight. And then I'm going to click Schedule. So I like doing it that way because then I don't feel tied to my computer. I'm only then monitoring and replying to comments and not feeling like I have to, you know, be present in the Facebook party and coming up with posts every day. I prefer to schedule sort of the skeleton, 2 posts a day. I like to schedule those out, or, you know, my baseline posts, and then that leaves me room to be authentic kind of somewhere in between. It's taking forever to do that, but all right. So I just wanted to come on really quick today. I know I had a couple questions about how and why to start your Facebook party, and I wanted to be able to share just some how-tos and the why behind getting your business off to a quick start right from the very beginning. So thanks, Julie and Stacy and Colleen, for joining me and helping answer questions, and hopefully we'll get a lot of ladies watching the recording. So you guys have a great Saturday, and we'll chat soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.